Welcome to Amherst, Massachusetts, and McGurk Alumni Stadium, home to the Minutemen of UMass, just a stone's throw away from where the heart of the American Revolution was fought, and we are anxious to see a fight on the gridiron in this one. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the UCONN Huskies taking on the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. UMass will kick off and will be underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the UConn Huskies offense will get the first swing of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pop.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
It's a draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Fagnano trying to get to it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. UConn will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. So UMass offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's got it again. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
It's so difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
They'll go to the ground. Looks as if he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down, UMass.
And I don't care if I did it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Looking to pass. It's Pumachan. Gets open down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On the option. He'll pitch it. Still on his feet at the 45. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Looking for room. It's John. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Hester. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical 4th down. Everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Couldn't get any closer on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 9. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, that's not a good sign for this offensive line.
Third and goal coming up here. Dropping back, it's Pumachan. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UConn offense goes back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Now they'll run the draw. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big 3rd down opportunity coming here. Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The UMass offense returns to the field.
They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The back goes in motion. Back to throw, it's Kumachan. He rifles one deep down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And into the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UMass! And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13.
UConn, 0.
And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. UConn going back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
He's got it. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. At the 40, there he goes. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 2nd and 10 here. On the ground with the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
UConn will have to punt it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the 1st quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking for space. It's Hester. Looks as if he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st down, UMass.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
Backed up at their own 13-yard line. It's 1st down. They go to the draw. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Offense gets set for 2nd down. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Gets it out quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Hester. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. UMass will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The UConn offense goes back to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. The UMass offense returns to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage. I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
He's got his man. UMass quickly back to the line. Looking to throw, it's Kumachan. Makes the grab down the middle. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone.
And the quarterback is snowed under. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds a man on the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The sure hands, it's John. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st
first down.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the fourth quarter.
UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
Quickly out to the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the... And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to throw. It's Fagnano. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
And he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Turns it on in midfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
He's looking to throw it. Turns it loose. Oh, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen him do this, we've seen him do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forcing an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Fagnano. Looking for a big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Really need positive yards on second down after the incompletion. They'll snap it from the 44. This time he's got it.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UMass offense returns to the field. The The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They're bringing... He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it down the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Now the pitch. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard campaign. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. 3rd down and inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
First down for the offense.
UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Minutemen! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UConn going back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But This offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Huskies are on the move. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Scanning the field, it's Fagnano. It's complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He'll pull it on the read. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Offense working from the pistol. That's the end of the quarter, and it's UMass holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Fires on the move. It's caught downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
It's first down from the 11. Using his legs, it's Robinson. Plows through the defense. Marking off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, UConn. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Still running at the 40. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
The defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
On the run, it's Hester. able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. On the option. Now the toss. At the 35, he's open. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
And this offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
3rd and inches coming, maybe the biggest play of the game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense is going to have more plays like this. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? On the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UMASS.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The UConn offense goes back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man.
And down he goes back at the 3. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. To throw, it's Spagnano. Pocket starts to... The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
A lot of things had to happen for this offense to get back in the game, but how about the defense? The defense said, no, sir. We're going to end this one right now. Makes the big play, gets the safety. Not only do they score points, they get the football back, and the clock is on this side. The defense just ended this football game.
Movement here from the tight end. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Going for the big play. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. And offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing complete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's not afraid to go deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. UMass will line up to punt it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. UConn going back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing.
And it's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got to lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're
throws toward the end zone. It's complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference. Defense.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. How about this for starting field position? 1st and goal from the 2. Trying to punch it in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The option look. He'll toss it. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll run the option. Now the toss. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third and goal from way back there. Gonna run it. It's Hester. And they're able to make the tackle. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Pressure coming. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
First down for the offense.
He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
Brings up
Line getting set on 2nd down. To the air, it's Fagnano. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. Offense set on first down. He wants to throw. He fires one deep down the right side. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. They're trying to get to it. They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were